Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Microsoft Pulse. Today, you'll be with Tom Duff and Tamara Bredemus as we go through the Microsoft roadmap to let you know what's new and what's changed with everything M365. So, what we've done is, well, what Microsoft has done is broken the roadmap up into four different parts. The first part is in development, meaning Microsoft is working on developing these features. Two is rolling out, meaning it's starting to show up in tenants. And if you are in the release tenant, you should start looking for it today. Won't be there, but start looking for it for the feature. Then we also have launch. That means everybody in the tenant to which it's been released should have access to the tool if you have the proper licensing. And then we also have canceled, meaning it's been canceled for some reason. Usually it's a duplicate. Well, we have no canceled this week. And Tom, why don't you get us started off on in development?
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Um, I have three that I'll go ahead and cover real briefly, and then I'll hand it back over to Tamara. First one is Microsoft Teams. Add emoji updated keyboard shortcut. So if you're in Teams, they're going to give you a way to play with emojis a little bit faster without having to go find menu options and the whole bit. So you'll be able to insert emojis directly from your keyboard without any distractions. Use colons, two little dots on top of each other, such as colon, smile, colon, in the compose box to add any emoji, even your custom ones, making it easier and quicker to express yourself. Now that means you have to remember for the emoji that you're saying what the name of it is, so you can put the colons on either side of the name and put it out there. So in some cases, it may just be easier to go find it and click on it. But that is something that's going to be coming out in March, and it is coming out to everybody. So if you're into emojis when you're in Teams, that's going to be another option you have for getting emojis out there. The other two that I'll mention are Copilot related. First one, and they're semi-related to each other. First one is Read Aloud is going to be available in Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat. So if you're using Copilot Chat or BizChat, play back Copilot responses as audio with Read Aloud in Copilot Chat. So this is really nice if you're going to get something back that's kind of sizable and you're a little distracted and you really just want to hear the answer rather than have to sit there and read it, you'll now be able to have that option. That's going to be coming out in February, and it's coming out to the worldwide standard tenant. Then semi-related is Copilot. Dictate your prompts in Copilot Chat. I think this is really cool. And that is you can use the dictation button to input your prompts with speech. So this is going to be coming out in March. And again, it's coming out to the worldwide standard multi-tenant. So I'm sure that Tamara, my wife, is going to love this because I'm the type that types everything in the keyboard. She's the one that grabs her phone and says, Red Robin near me, and inputs her stuff that way. So she's going to have a much better, much easier time working with Copilot in the fact that she can just say, provide me whatever, da 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 da, and let Copilot go with it from there. So that should be a really interesting option to allow you to get your prompts into Copilot a lot faster.
Great. So I've got one in Microsoft Teams. Add CVI coordinates to town hall and webinar invites. So with CVI coordinates and invites, now non-team users, such as external customers or partners, can easily join Teams town hall and webinar meetings using a third-party teleconferencing device. This is coming out in March, and it is for the worldwide tenant, so the standard multi-tenant. Also, Microsoft Teams, the ability to separate out town hall attendee invites. So this backend change will now address the separation of attendee invites from the event crew. This feature allows organizers of town halls to maintain a separate invite for attendees. Then town hall got some more love. So, town hall attendee presenter email dial in details. With the release of this feature, the town hall attendee and presenter invites will have dial in details available in the body of the email. And then not related at all is Clipchamp, editor simplification and introduction of light mode. So this change is just going to simplify Clipchamp editing experience and increase the space you have on the stage to make great videos. Microsoft is also introducing light mode as a new option for people who choose whether they view Clipchamp editor in light or dark scheme. And that's coming out February next month.
I think it'll be
Tom, what
nice.
else do you, huh?
I was going to say, I think it'll be nice that they're cleaning up the home screen because the development part of that kind of is really, really busy with a lot of different
Yeah,
stuff going on. And I think to clean it up and compress it down to where you'll have a lot more space to work with important moving parts rather than have a lot of things displayed that you never touch, it's probably going to be a really good change.
great. I just
Now,
have two more in
okay.
development. Did you have anything that you wanted to share in
Um,
development?
I'll throw one out here. Outlook
Okay.
open previous email with email auto advance. So this feature allows users to automatically open the message above the current one in the message list after performing actions like moving or deleting the current message. Users can turn this behavior on in the email auto advance mail settings. So that's going to be in March going out to worldwide tenant. And I know I've got mine that basically says, hey, after you do something, go to the next email, go to the next email. Takes a little bit of getting used to mentally, I think, to say, go to the one right above it. So I don't know whether I'd start at the bottom of the list and work my way up or what, but you
See,
are going to
that's what
have
I
the
do.
option. Oh,
When I
really?
have unread emails, I go to the bottom of it so I
Okay.
can understand the chain of conversation.
Ah, okay.
So I'll go to the bottom, I'll delete or move it into a folder. So this will be perfect for me.
That would actually work really well for you then.
So
Yeah.
now you can go top down or bottom up.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. You can
And
go ahead
then
and go with yours.
also, yeah, also Outlook support for enhanced calendar sharing architecture in the new Outlook for Windows and web. Hashtag.
Hashtag.
This update improves the reliability of calendar sharing and ensures that the events seen by delegates are always up to date. And that's not coming out until May of 2025.
So that must be a big change if they're taking until May to do that. So
Well, I love that they're making it more reliable, which implies not so much reliable right now.
I've heard people complain, but yeah, that
Yeah.
makes perfect sense. Okay.
All right. You want to take us into rolling out?
I would love to do that. So let me think. You're going to grab that one. You're going to grab that one. I'll grab a couple here towards the end. Planner, board views in my tasks. And I think this is something that's been asked for by a lot of people. And that is board view in my tasks in Planner offers a visual representation of your tasks similar to a Kanban board, making it easier to track progress and manage your workload. See all your tasks at a glance and move them in between columns to update their progress. And you'll be able to group these by plan, progress, due date, and priority, allowing you to tailor the board to meet your specific needs. Board view is available in addition to the existing grid view in My Tasks. So you're not going to lose anything with this change. It's just going to give you the ability to view things more at a Kanban board level or format. And so you might want to check that one out. It is rolling out due to be out in actually by the end of this week. And it is going to worldwide GCC, GCC High, and DoD. So everybody gets to play with that one.
We
And then
already had this feature in the Planner Hub, though.
well, now it's going to be in your
So,
tasks.
okay.
So like when I look at my morning tasks that I
Yeah.
go through every day, I'm apparently now going to be able to look at those in a Kanban style.
Okay.
I don't know that I will, but I'll be able to.
Eh.
And then the other one that I'll mention is Word, chat with Copilot about selected text. So this means you can start a chat with Copilot while text in your document is selected, and Copilot's response will be scoped to what you have selected. This is really cool because you could select like a paragraph and start the chat, and the chat's going to be scoped to that paragraph, and your answers are going to be based on just what you have highlighted instead of the entire document, which may be 500 pages. So that's going to give you the ability to really narrow down the information that you're going to get back on a Copilot chat, and you'll be able to refine things probably a lot easier if you're just saying, hey, I want this little piece right here, rewrite that, and then you go with it. That's due out this month, and it's coming to worldwide. So what do you have?
Great. Microsoft 365 Admin Center Adoption Score AI Assistance category. So Microsoft is introducing a new people experience category in the adoption score in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. So the new category helps organizations understand the adoption of Microsoft Copilot features in Microsoft 365, which I think is so important because it's so expensive.
I was going to say the exact same
And
thing.
I think the C-level suite is going to be continuously challenged about this cost versus the return on the investment. So it's nice that Microsoft gave them a tool to start doing this. Also, Outlook chat with Copilot in Outlook for Mac. So the same Microsoft Copilot experience that you can get with Microsoft Teams app at copilot.microsoft.com in the work mode and in other places is now available within Microsoft Outlook for Mac. And you can find the Copilot app in the left app bar. Then there's also Microsoft Teams multiple camera view for Teams rooms on Windows. So Teams Room on Windows will support up to 4 single stream cameras that will be shown to remote meeting attendees. Now, with multiple camera view, remote meeting attendees will have the ability to follow the action in the room and manually toggle between views from that room that they want to see. I think that's great because you can actually have, if you have a bunch of people in the room and you're the only person who's remote, they may choose to brainstorm on a physical whiteboard. In this way, you'll be able to see what's going on and you can actually keep participating.
Cool.
Tom, was there more in rolling out that you wanted to talk about?
A couple that I'll go ahead and mention. In Microsoft Teams, private moderator replies to individual attendees.
Huge.
So now, this allows moderators to answer questions from specific attendees without displaying the reply to the other participants. This capability can be useful for sensitive questions, personal inquiries, or follow-up discussions that are not intended to be broadcast to the entire audience. That is rolling out this month to the worldwide. Keep an eye open for that one. You will probably love it. And the other one, which is kind of cool, and that is in SharePoint, approvals integration in document libraries.
Oh my God, approvals.
Oh God, yeah, this is like really kind of cool.
They're so complicated.
They are.
People make the process so complicated.
Yeah, and they'll come to us as SharePoint support going, hey, can you build this for me? I'm like, I don't want to build another application like that. So now what you're going to be able to do, SharePoint document libraries will begin to leverage the Approvals app in Microsoft Teams. Users will be able to navigate to the Automate dropdown, configure approvals to enable the feature on the library. Once enabled, you can specify the approver for the file, submit a request which will appear in the Approvals app in Teams, or it can be approved directly in the library. Once approved, the file metadata will update in the approval status column. So basically, you're rolling your own. And for basic approvals, that's really all you're going to need. So check that one out if you've got a lot of approval type things, but you're not getting a whole lot of love from, a support team who can build these things for you. This may be all you need, and it's going to be built in out of the box. So that is coming out.
I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, this is coming out in January, so sometime before the end of the week, and it's coming out to worldwide and GCC. So
nice.
Governments are going to get to play around with it a little bit.
Great. Let's move on to launched. These are things that you should be able to find within your tenant if it's within the release scope. So we've got Microsoft Teams vote on and archive questions in Teams Q&A. So question voting allows instance participants to upvote the most important questions and sort by the highest votes or recent activity. This gives moderators the ability to derive insights from the audience about what topics they care about the most and then address them. Additionally, for questions that might be outdated or irrelevant, moderators can move them to a separate feed to ensure that presenters can focus on providing the most value to attendees. And that's coming out for GCC.
Very cool.
So I'm excited about that because I will always get the question from Monty Python. What is the speed of a something sparrow?
Eastern European or Central European, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, sparrow. And I'm like, oh, I just got to learn the answer to that. That's what I've got to do.
And of course, everybody upvotes it because they want you to answer it.
Exactly.
So the only other one we have in launch right now is Outlook, tips pane entry point moving from the suite header to the ribbon. So the tips pane entry point is moving from the suite header. Wow, they just repeated this one. Found at the top of the window to the help tab of the ribbon. And what is it for? Hashtag new Outlook for Windows. So yeah, that's coming out the end of this month. And that's coming out to the worldwide tenants. So you do have that coming up if you've been looking for the tips pane and it moved. Yeah, they did move your cheese.
Fabulous. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Tom. Every time you're here. We will be here. We'll be back. We're going to Florida.
It's going to be her birthday.
It'll be my birthday, a whopping 56. Ooh, ah. So join us next week when we'll be suntanned.
All this will be burned up here, I'm sure.
Instead of just freezing in Minneapolis. So thanks so much for tuning in and have a great day. Bye now.
Everyone.